What if overthinking isn't a sign that you're broken, but simply a loop your mind learned to repeat? What if the storm inside you isn't a warning, but a habit? There was once a young woman who lived more in her thoughts than in the world around her. She could be sitting at a dinner table, surrounded by people who loved her. Yet her mind was already imagining what could go wrong. She could be lying in bed after a peaceful day, yet her thoughts were busy replaying conversations from hours ago. One day, exhausted, she visited a teacher known for helping people understand their minds. She said quietly, "I'm tired. I keep thinking about things that never happen. I keep preparing for danger that isn't real. I can't turn my mind off." The teacher nodded gently, as if he had heard this many times before. He asked her, "When did you first learn to worry?" She thought about it. "When I was a child, I used to imagine the worst, so I could feel prepared. It helped me feel safe." The teacher smiled sadly. "Then you didn't become an overthinker by accident. You became one by survival." He picked up a small stick and drew a circle in the dirt. "This is one thought," he said, "harmless, light, passing." He then traced the circle again and again, each time pressing a little deeper. Soon, the circle became a groove, a small well carved into the earth. "This," he said, "is what happens in the mind. A thought repeated becomes a path, and a path repeated becomes the only road your mind knows how to walk." He looked at her. "You're not trapped because your thoughts are powerful. You're trapped because the groove is familiar." The teacher continued, "Overthinking is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of overstudy, an old coping mechanism, practiced long after the danger is gone. You see threats where none exist, not because you're wrong, but because once upon a time, being cautious kept you safe." He paused. "But the child who needed that habit is no longer the person you are. Thoughts are not truth," he said. "They are echoes, memories dressed as possibilities. Your mind is trying to protect you with fears that no longer belong to your life. And the moment you recognize this, the mind begins to soften." He then handed her a stone and said, "Drop this into the lake." She did. Ripples spread across the water, loud, chaotic, restless. "This is your mind when a thought appears," he said. Then they waited. Slowly, the ripples faded. The water returned to stillness. The teacher said softly, "Your mind doesn't stay loud forever. It only stays loud when you keep throwing stones. Watch the ripple. Let it settle. Don't throw another one." When a thought comes, he instructed, pause, breathe. Ask yourself, is this real, or is this one of my grooves? That question alone interrupts the loop. Every time you ask it, the old habit weakens, and the new habit awareness becomes stronger. Overthinking is not a flaw. It is a misunderstanding, a protective instinct that outlasted its purpose. Your thoughts are not threats. They are habits, patterns, echoes, and you are not the echo. You are the awareness, hearing it. The moment you stop believing the thought loses its power. The moment you stop feeding the fear dissolves. The moment you stop throwing stones, the lake becomes still. Your mind can be quiet. Not because the world becomes easier, but because you learn to see the difference between a thought and the truth. Overthinking is not your identity. It is simply a pattern, and every pattern can be rewritten. If this story helped you understand your mind more deeply, subscribe for daily reflections, mindfulness lessons, and a clearer path to inner calm.